The whole 10 yards. Gators, Seminoles, Hurricanes, and a recap of the biggest games in college football. Brought to you by Sears of Jacksonville. With your hosts, Clayton, Adrian, Matt, and Wally.
4 days, 4 short days until college football is here, kicking off on the 29th this coming Thursday. Something you don't have to wait for, though. The whole 10 yards brought to you by Sears of Jacksonville, because we are live here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. The whole crew is here. Wally's here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Adrian's here.
I'm so turned up this morning.
An extra shot of espresso in Adrian's Starbucks, I believe.
Got me going.
And Matt Ziegler is here as well. I am. Matt is growing out his beard, his facial hair for all the ladies this year until Alabama loses, though.
Yeah, it's not really for the ladies. It itches.
Okay.
It doesn't look the best.
So we're going to give you guys some pictures on Twitter and Facebook to let you know how that goes throughout the year. We'll post those in a few minutes. It's already looking kind of mountaineerish.
Yeah, that's what I figure.
Very
Worst
West
case scenario, they go undefeated through November. I've got a beard for the winter, although that's not what's going to happen. But
Right. No, if they do, though, if they go undefeated all year, are you going to keep it through summer as well until next year?
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I don't want to think about that right now.
They'll lose their spring game at least. So.
If they lose the spring game, yes.
Well, they have to lose their spring game. They play each other.
Unless it's a tie.
Yeah.
In which case, they got me.
Let's not be a negative Nancy here. You don't want to keep the beard forever. Joining us today at some point, I believe around the 10 o'clock hour, is Ron Aiken of GamecockCentral.com to talk some SEC East football. We're going to go kind of nationwide today to cover everything up until Thursday. QB situations, some interesting ones at Southern Cal, Oklahoma, some Gator injuries a little bit here in a second. Big 12, Pac-12, Big 10 predictions. What team can beat Alabama? We'll let you guys know. And surprise teams, of course. We didn't get to that last week, but we'll cover it this week. And we'll give you BCS National Championship predictions as well. Again, 4 days until kickoff, Thursday, the 29th of August. We'll open up with some Florida Gators talk again for Wally over here. 2 starters were announced this week that they're going to miss the opener against the Toledo Rockets. So do you guys think is that going to affect the Gators at all?
They're in trouble already. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Having Matt Jones out does hurt because he is their starting running back going into the season. But redshirt senior John Halapio, is it Halapio?
Jalapeno.
Well,
Spicy.
and that also hurts on that offensive line. But I think they can find a way to manage and pull through to get past Toledo.
Adrian, I don't think it hurts. Do you think it hurts?
It may hurt a little bit, but I think the quarterback play is going to be the main issue. I think Toledo has a chance in that game.
I think they do too. No, I do. Toledo's not a slouch. Again,
not
they
a
do.
slouch, yeah.
It's some action coming to Gainesville.
Yeah,
but they're fun to watch.
Yeah, they have other backs, that can step up in place of Matt Jones. So
like the Texas head coach Mac Brown. Oh wait,
Mac Breezy.
Yeah, his name is Mac Brown. It's not the Texas coach though.
Yeah, Mac Brown and
Will Muschamp?
No, brain fart.
On the air, too? Come on now.
Yes.
Are we playing charades right now?
Running back.
Running back
Calvin Taylor.
Calvin Taylor, thank you.
Gotcha.
Jeez,
I was going to guess Emmitt Smith. I was like, are we going back in time?
Bring it back. But no, Calvin Taylor and Mac Brown definitely going to have to step up in that game. I think both of those backs will take the load off of Driscoll.
Somebody's got to take the load off of Driscoll. We talked about that a little bit last week. Matt, are they going to have any trouble with those 2 guys out?
No, I think Toledo is a slouch. I think it's going to be a good...
You think they're actually going to play well against a non-conference team that they're supposed to smash?
Yes, I think for the first time... Because who did they play last year first game? I think it was Rice.
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green, that's what it was, Bowling Green. They came out, their offense wasn't necessarily set yet. I think Will Muschamp wasn't sure how he was going to play Driscoll, if they were going to do more option sets. I think now Driscoll's it's very apparent that, as you said, the whole offense relies on him. I think he's going to play well, and yeah, they'll beat him by like 30 points.
Yeah, Jones is going to come back as soon as he puts some weight back on. That's really the issue. He's over the sickness. The word down in Gainesville is just trying to get in shape, get in conditioning, football shape. Jalapeno, though, is supposed to be out until the first SEC game, Tennessee. No, it's not the first SEC game. I lied. The 3rd game of the season is Tennessee, though. But he's supposed to be out till then, so hopefully that O-line can hold up for Driscoll until then. I'm with you guys. I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. I don't know how many Gator quarterbacks made the SEC All-Coaches team. I don't think any did.
0.
0, yeah. There was a little bit of debate, though. The SEC All-Coaches team was released this past week. Aaron Murray over Johnny Manziel, and I think this is more shocking to me, A.J. McCarron. I think McCarron and Murray should be over Manziel, but that's just me. McCarron's only got 2 national titles. Matt?
I think A.J. McCarron doesn't care that he's not preseason number one.
Yeah, he's the 3rd team, which is kind of shocking.
That is disrespectful.
I agree.
That is straight disrespectful.
As you said, with the 2 national titles, I mean, he's got a ring for each ear, so he can kind of put them in his ears and not listen to what the prognosticators are talking about in the beginning of the season. I mean, it's his 3rd year under Nick Saban. Nick Saban, I'm sure, has him focused on the prize, on the ultimate goal of the season, which isn't the Heisman or the preseason SEC quarterback number 1. And it's based on the coaches voting, too. Right. And I think Aaron Murray played really well last year. It's not like they gave it to a scrub or something, you know?
And I think it being the coaches voting is a big reason why I do kind of have Murray. I have him number 1 as well. You guys know I'm a big fan of Aaron Murray. But I would think the coaches would put A.J. McCarron over Johnny Manziel, especially after what happened this season. You got to think what's going through their mind is they're thinking off-the-field issues, too. They are coaches. So I think that might have been a little bit of what gave it to Murray instead. But McCarron at 3?
Yeah, if ever they wanted a reason to get Alabama fired up.
That's one of them.
Yeah, to get A.J. McCarron playing with the chip on his shoulder is probably not the best thing to do if you're trying to dethrone Alabama.
Like, I'm looking at the 3rd team, and it's A.J. McCarron at quarterback. You have Alfred Blue at running back from LSU and Keith Marshall from Georgia. I'm dumbfounded by this. This is hurt. This is really disrespectful. Like, it should be first team off. It should be first team offense. It should be Aaron Murray / A.J. McCarron. Like, flip either or.
Two quarterback system?
Yes.
2 quarterback system on the preseason.
for a preseason poll. In this particular circumstance, I would say yes.
I think a 2 quarterback system will work a little bit better if one of them can run and threaten you in another way. Maybe like South Carolina, but again, we'll get to that later on in the show. We'll ask Ron Aiken a little bit about that.
I feel like A.J. McCarron isn't getting love mainly because SEC coaches probably see him as more of a system quarterback. You know, Nick Saban gets so much credit as being a genius and all this stuff, and then also the weapons around him. That SEC preseason all-conference team, the SEC is stacked, you know? So the fact that he made the team, made one of the teams, made the 3rd team. It's
third team, dude. That's like saying, hey, AJ, you're a practice squad guy.
Yeah.
That's rude.
3rd best quarterback in the SEC, though, is... It's not a slap in the face.
I don't see it as too much. I don't think he's going to take too much offense to it.
He probably hasn't even read it. He's probably too busy with his girlfriend. What's her name again?
Catherine Webb.
Catherine Webb. There you go.
Catherine Webb. You don't let a second go by, Wally.
No, sir. Ask me about attractive women. I'm on it.
He's probably Catherine Webb is probably Wally's screensaver on his phone.
That is false.
No. Okay.
I
tried.
Do you all think that 3rd team quarterback in the SEC is still top 5 quarterback in the country?
Hands down. Wait, well, no.
In this case, yes, but not every year.
Okay.
Because these 3, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because these 3 are pretty solid. Braxton's in the conversation. Taj Boyd's in the conversation. Teddy Bridgewater's in the conversation.
Would you take any of those players over A.J. McCarron?
No.
I'd take Bridgewater.
I wouldn't.
I may
not in college. Not in college.
Yeah.
Oh, we talking college?
Yeah, in college.
Oh,
yeah.
I might still take.
I think I would take Braxton Miller over McCarron, but that's just me. Right. I'm a Big Ten guy. That's a good question, though. That is a good question.
Dead air, man. What are you doing?
I don't know. I was gonna go into a Braxton Miller rant, but we'll get to that later when we predict.
Don't do it.
No, brother.
When we do Big Ten predictions, me and the guy have a bromance going on. What can I say?
I think it's one-sided, though.
It probably is. He doesn't like anybody in maize and blue. Did you guys hear about the Ohio State telling the NFL scouts to not to leave practice because they had blue shirts on?
Yeah,
I did hear that.
Don't wear blue to Ohio State; they'll kick you out. Did you hear about that, Matt?
No, that's
yeah.
That can't be a real thing.
No, it's
that's
real.
a real thing.
Evil Urban Meyer for
Google it.
Urban Meyer. Spend some more time with your family, man. Just relax for a second. You know what I mean? They're wearing blue. It's, you know. In America, red, white, and blue. It's one of the colors of the flag.
not in
I'd allow
Ohio.
it.
Though.
Listen,
They don't
Ohio
have
State
too much.
takes their football seriously, like the entire state does. So
And they were
I
NFL
get it.
scouts.
Yeah.
Braxton Miller can't be happy about that. Hey, coach, let him know. Coach, I got a red shirt. I got a sweater somewhere in my trunk. They can. Yeah. No, please stay. Please don't go.
We've got some pretty good games coming up this Thursday. Everybody's looking forward to the Saturday. The Thursday schedule is no slouch though. What are some big games you guys are looking forward to on Thursday?
For the Thursday games?
The Thursday games.
All of them.
All of them. Okay. I know, like I said, we're going to talk UNC, USC, South Carolina later on in the show with Ron Aiken. There's some interesting ones though.
I'm watching that Vanderbilt game.
Ole Miss at Vanderbilt.
I'm
That's going to
watching
be
that
fun.
game.
You got to support Tony Smith. And
Yeah.
Gotta
Tony
love
Smith, Fat Tony. That's
We're
my
pulling
man
for
right
you,
there.
man. USC at Hawaii with that quarterback situation they're having out there. We can jump over to that if you guys want to.
Yes.
Max Whittick was assumed, I guess, by most to be the starter going into the year, but Lane Kiffin, I guess, trying to save his job. I don't know if that's possible, but he's trying to. Hasn't named a starting quarterback out in Pasadena yet, or Los Angeles, whatever you want to call it. And they're both going to play next week versus Hawaii, so we go back to the 2-quarterback system. Is this going to help Lane Kiffin? I mean, is USC really going to be that much better? Are they going to be able to compete for the South?
Well, they might be able to compete, but I think you have to pick a starter. But granted, I don't know if it's maybe because they're playing Hawaii and maybe they just think they can overlook that team. But running a 2-quarterback system is not necessarily the worst thing in the world unless you have one that's specifically a passer and one that's specifically a runner. That's when you run into an issue because when one quarterback comes in, we know
You don't know how to game plan.
You don't necessarily know how to game plan. If they're both like equal measure, you're not really quite sure. Then first 2 games, it doesn't hurt to run 2 quarterbacks, but you have to make a decision at one point. You have to know who your starter is.
It also helps with Marquise Lee. I mean,
Right.
I could be throwing it up there if I.
Well, I don't know if you guys seen his comment, but he came out and said that it was what was the word he used?
He said, that's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that's the word.
He said, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he said it was crazy that they haven't named a starter, and I don't think you want that unrest in your locker room, especially when you're trying to come back from a down season.
Yeah. Situations like that, guys, pick sides.
Right.
Who they want to start and everything.
And you kind of got to listen to your receivers, I would think, a little bit. I mean, if your number one wideout likes the way he works better with a different guy, then that might weigh a little bit into the situation.
Yeah. I was one of the people who assumed that Max Whittick was going to have that starting job, and you know what happens when you assume. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm
Max
not
Whittick.
going to go there.
I've never heard what happened.
He made one out of you and me.
You and me?
Yeah.
How dare you, Max Whittick?
But,
How dare you, sir?
I think the knock on Max Whittick is he has a strong arm, but he's not accurate.
Right.
And Cody Kessler, a little bit more accurate, played better this spring, and he also is more mobile.
He's a lot more mobile because Max Whittick is not mobile at all.
He's a big statue.
Yeah, we've seen that against Stanford last year, all those sacks he took. But yeah, Kessler might have a chance, especially if Lane Kiffin wants to not necessarily have more explosiveness, because I don't see him running the read option or anything out in USC, because that would just be weird. But you don't know what you have with him. Maybe give him the first start and see what he does. If he plays well, but obviously he's not getting the first start, but the second game, give it to him, see what he does.
I think he's gonna. Whoever plays better against Hawaii is gonna end up starting that.
That's a very good analysis. I would assume so too, Adrian.
Yeah.
Good job.
And side note, if I'm a coach of a major college football program, I'm scheduling my first game every year at Hawaii.
Right.
Why not? You know what I mean? In college basketball, they do those tournaments over in
like
Hawaii.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Why not?
Why would you schedule your first game there if you could just schedule your last game there?
Then it's December.
See,
off
okay,
the
that
season.
works too. That works too. It
But
gets
then
a little cold.
You got to prepare for a bowl game then. So.
Oh, well, I don't know if USC's going to have to worry about that this season.
Ooh.
Oh, shots fired.
Hey, now.
How about that? Lane Kiffin, if you're listening.
Lane Kiffin's dad wouldn't even stay with that program. So I think Lane Kiffin's on his way out if his dad even walks away from him.
You're on your own, son.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
I'm not going to back up that statement. I'm not trying to get the Kiffin family at my doorstep tonight. So
Kiffins go hard.
Yeah, apparently. Clayton's scared.
Lane
I'm
Kiffin is
terrified.
crazy.
I'm shaking.
Scared over here.
But some more games. I think Rutgers at Fresno State's going to be interesting a little bit.
That'll be fun.
Get to see some Derek Carr early.
Yes, exactly. Southern Utah at South Alabama. That's going to be a barn burner. That was a joke.
I'm staying up late.
Yeah.
for that one.
No. I was like, what?
I didn't know what to say to that.
Yeah.
Not too many other huge games that day, though.
I haven't watched the
Obviously.
San Jose State game.
The San Jose State game?
Yeah, keep an eye on David Fails, Epic Fails over there.
Yeah. Well, you're just keeping an eye on it for the Jaguars. We're not really worried about NFL right now.
Well, not even that. Not even that. He's a dark horse. He's a dark horse for the Heisman as well, but I'm not going to.
David Fails?
Yes.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to go undefeated if you're at San Jose State. You might even have to win like 17 games, and they can't even do that.
I'm just saying. That's why he's a dark horse, my man.
A very dark horse.
Dark horse, like the door over there.
I can't even
black.
see this horse. Where is he? I can't find him.
He's like a pony. He's not even a horse. He's more like a donkey of the Heisman race. I don't see David Fails winning a Heisman at all. Not even going to come close. Another QB situation to keep your eyes on, though. Blake Bell, the Belldozer, as they call him out in Norman, was named not the starter for opening week. Adrian looks pretty disappointed because I think he just likes saying Belldozer.
No, I'm actually pretty excited about that.
Really?
I'm not a fan of the Belldozer at all. I like saying it because that nickname is so ridiculous. He's I always thought he was garbage. My opinion, I think he's garbage at quarterback. So I like to see what this Trevor Knight kid can do.
I'm pretty excited too. I don't think I hate to use this word in Jacksonville. I'm going to get shunned for it. I didn't want to see the Tebow-ness in Oklahoma because Bell was more of a runner. He's not really a thrower. I'm going to get calls for that one, I know.
Probably. How dare you?
But no, I think it's a good move, and I think Oklahoma, if their offense and defense, or if their defense can play a little bit better, they might have a chance in the Big 12. I don't think they win it. We'll get to that later.
Well, good on Bob Stoops for making a decision on who his starting quarterback's going to be. At least give him credit for that. If he's been paying attention and watching them through camp and all that stuff. If somebody emerges, even if it's a slight edge, go with the guy who gives them a better chance to win than just be like, oh, well, we're going to go with both quarterbacks and see what happens. No. Take a stand, name a guy, roll with it.
Right. And I'm sure Bell will see some action, goal line, certain situations, wildcat a little bit. It's not like he's not going to play.
Right.
And if the other guy plays terribly, of course he's going to come back. But Trevor Knight should be, I think, is a better fit. I watched a little bit of their spring game, and he looked like a better quarterback.
He's got wheels too.
He does have wheels, which is fun. Everybody loves wheels.
It seems like with all these quarterback situations, coaches are leaning towards the guy who can give them the more dynamic plays with their feet. Cody Kessler over Max Whittick, supposedly, and then Trevor Knight and Blake Bell. Whoever can make more plays with their feet. It seems like they're getting more of a play.
Side story, though, they are playing ULM, upset-minded ULM, first game of the year.
ULM gets it done.
So I'm not saying anything, but they did kill some Giants last year. We'll come back. We'll give you guys coast to coast. We're going to go over all of our conference predictions here on the Whole 10 Yards, brought to you by Sears of Jacksonville here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Culhane's Irish Pub presents the Georgia Bulldog Football Report. Mondays at 5:50 p.m., Wednesdays at 11:50 a.m., and Fridays at 8:50 a.m. Brought to you by Culhane's Irish Pub in Atlantic Beach on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Captain Kevin Favor here, and tune in to Sports Final Radio Thursday and Friday mornings in the 6 o'clock hour for my fishing report, brought to you by the good people of First Coast Boat and Marine. Locations in St. Augustine and Palatka.
AMCO Transmissions, the trusted experts in transmission repair for over 50 years, are also the right choice for all car repairs.
Yes, AMCO Transmissions, the name you know for fixing the most complicated part of your car, can take care of your brakes, tune-ups, belts and hoses, air conditioning, regular factory maintenance. They can fix anything.
Plus, at AMCO, if you think your car may need repairs, we'll perform a free multi-point inspection and let you make the decision. If another shop says you need a repair, stop. Then come to AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care for a free second opinion.
Why pay someone when AMCO will check it for free?
Don't trust your car to just anyone. Get it done right at any of our local family-operated Jacksonville area locations, including Orange Park, St. Augustine, Palatka, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
Find the AMCO Center nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
At participating centers, additional diagnostic charges may apply. See center for details. AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care, now partnered with Daniel Kids to help local families in need through our We Care Repair charitable initiative. AA, MCO, AMCO.
McGowan's AC brings you another episode of Afraid to Leave the Bedroom. It's a hot, sticky night in Florida. Sam has the bedroom AC on high. All is going well until suddenly Sue says,
Sam, I'm thirsty.
will Sam brave the hot, humid air in the rest of the house to get Sue her water? Find out what happens in the next episode. Call McGowan's, your carrier turn to the experts dealer today for summer money-saving specials. 278-0339 or at McGowan'sAC.com. License CMC 1250075.
Hello, I'm Bill Harrell. Clients are the best judge of our success. That's why we have hundreds of client thank yous on our website. If you've been in an accident, visit HarrellandHarrell.com. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Meet Jeff, a Heekin orthopedic specialist joint replacement patient.
I had my right knee completely replaced at Heekin Orthopedic. Now I can get down on my hands and knees and be able to polish the bumpers on that low slung Buick, and they're beautiful. My Heekin orthopedic specialist helped me get my love back.
Heekin Orthopedic Specialists, getting you back to what matters. To learn more, visit HeekinOrtho.com.
Homeowners insurance coming up for renewal? You could be spending too much. This is Ron Natherson with Southern Oak Insurance. Ask your agent for a comparison today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Get your cigars where I get mine. David Lamb here for Tobacco Cove. Tobacco Cove has over 50 brands of cigars to satisfy the discriminating smoker. And they have a large variety of pipes, over 48 blends of tobacco from around the world, and a knowledgeable staff to assist you in your selection. Accessories to complement your smoking pleasure abound. Go in and relax in their renovated facility at Bay Meadows in San Jose. Tobacco Cove. It's more than a smoke shop. It's an experience.
Listen up, kids. This is Coach Gus Bradley of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Daly's Shell Stores are looking for you.
Coach, you gotta treat them like football players. Here, use this.
Oh, okay. Daly's wants kids to have what it takes to sprint onto the field after kickoff and bring back the kickoff tee, as well as stand next to the players during the coin toss, and even enjoy 4 pregame passes, club seats, and other really awesome prizes. How was that?
Better.
Enter your kid this week at your local Daily Shell store or online at dailyskickoffkid.com.
The whole 10 yards, brought to you by Sears of Jacksonville on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
We're back here on the whole 10 yards, 1010XL, 92.5 FM. Before we jump into our in-depth conference previews nationwide, the Coast to Coast brought to you by Burrito Gallery of Jacksonville. We're going to talk to Ron Aiken, GamecockCentral.com and Rivals.com. Also,
AM 560 The Team, a featured guest weekly.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll get his insight on that UNC-USC game we talked about. Also on maybe a little bit of SEC East football, of course, because of Jacksonville. We have to talk about that. But as soon as we get him on, we'll bring that on. And then, like I said, we'll jump into our Big 12, Pac-12, Big 10 predictions, and the AAC, the American Athletic Conference, which is the dumbest name for a conference I've ever heard.
You down with the AAC?
No, I'm not down with the AAC.
You down with the
you know
AAC?
me.
Well, yeah, you know me. Yeah, come on, man.
No.
Man.
No. Just to get it out of the way, who do you guys have winning the AAC? Wally?
I'm choosing Rutgers.
Louisville.
I got Rutgers. We're a team over here.
Wow.
Wally and I got to go with the Big Ten, the future Big Ten team.
Yeah.
That defense is pretty stifling. And Teddy Bridgewater is not going to play well against them. They were actually leading at the half last year. So here we go. We're going to bring Ron Aiken on to talk some South Carolina football real quick. How you doing, Mr. Aiken?
Hey, I'm doing terrific. How are you guys this morning?
Doing pretty good.
Great.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. You guys looking forward to the big game Thursday?
I'm very happy to have the season started. You know, as you all know from having covered college football, camp can get a little boring after a while. Guys are kind of tired of hitting each other, and we're happy here to be able to start things off on Thursday and not have Saturday, which is a good thing because when you cover the sport, you know, it's nice to have a Thursday game every now and again so that you can actually watch Saturday. But, yeah, people are excited for this matchup.
It gives us something to look forward to on Thursdays. We like it. We don't like waiting until Saturday. That's definitely Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting good games every once in a while on Thursday is the case where that's going to happen because we're able to see and sort of get showcased with Devion Clowney that people have been waiting all summer to see, and a team that's ranked in the top 6, currently AP number 6 right now for the season. They finished in the top 10 2 years in a row. They're looking to make it a third.
I think we're losing you, Ron. I think we're losing you. If we can get him back on the phone, we'll jump back into that. We'll preview it later for you guys.
I think he said they're looking to make it a third. That's all I heard.
But yeah, hopefully we can get him back on because we'd like to hear some more insight on that game. Until then, though, we'll go nationwide like we talked about, coast to coast. Let's start in probably my least favorite conference, the Big 12.
Why are you hating on the Big 12?
Well, they only have 9 teams. They can't even have a conference championship game. Maybe that's part of it.
Well, I can't argue with that.
I know.
Can't argue with that.
Not many of my points are arguable, Mr. Wally. I know Matt's a Big 12 guy, so we'll start on that side of the table. Matt, who wins the Big 12 and possibly represents the Big 12 in the Fiesta Bowl?
The University of Texas Longhorns. I believe that this is the season they put it all together. They're returning 19 starters, most in the country. I think tied for most in the country. So there's another smaller school that's with them. And this is finally the year. David Ash gets to come into the season as a starting quarterback, doesn't have to look over his shoulder for Case McCoy. And the defense is pretty stout. Mac Brown knows, too, that it's winning time right now. In any other major program, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, all over the Big 12, you can afford to have a few down years if you won a BCS bowl game. But at the University of Texas, it don't work that way. They haven't won a national title since 2006. The expectation level is set. Mac Brown's going to pull through.
Our expectation level is set again for Ron Aiken. We think we got him back now. Let's try this again. Mr. Aiken, how you doing now?
Hey, I'm doing terrific. I was sacked by Jadeveon Clowney right now.
That's never good. We'll pay your hospital bills for you. But again, we were talking about the big game on Thursday for you guys. Are you guys, I don't want to say not worried about UNC, but what's the consensus up there? Do you guys think you can handle the game?
Yeah, I don't think there's much worry based on the success against Clemson and looking at sort of what the strengths of this team on defense for South Carolina versus the strengths on offense for North Carolina. They're having to replace a running game up there, which alleviates some of your concerns. And with the strength of South Carolina's team clearly being the defensive line with Jadeveon Clowney and Chaff Sutton at the end, Kelsey Quarles is a guy, the terrific quarterback from North Carolina. I don't know that he's going to have a lot of time to get comfortable. And with the offense that South Carolina has returning and Connor Shaw and Dylan Thompson backing him up and some new running backs to break in that are young but talented, I think they sort of see this as a nice warm-up to a game in Georgia the week after that'll be huge.
Yeah, that Georgia game is definitely circled on our calendar. You mentioned that you guys weren't really too worried about UNC. What's the biggest concern, though, playing the Tar Heels? If they could win the game, what would be the reason?
The reason would be taking advantage of South Carolina's young linebackers. They'll have 3 new starters at linebacker, all young guys. 2 players were penciled in to start at middle linebacker and will linebacker. One of those guys is out at Will Cedric Cooper, so you'll probably have a backup in Marquise Roberts playing for him, and you'll have a first-time starter and a redshirt sophomore Kywan Lewis at middle linebacker, and then a new starter at spur, which is kind of their safety hybrid linebacker position, and Sherrod Golightly. All those guys are experienced, but they haven't been around in actual games yet. They've been around the program but not played. So if there's any concern, it would be that North Carolina would be trying to take advantage of South Carolina's inexperienced linebackers in terms of getting some matchups, because the way that Larry Fedora likes to throw the ball around, they're not really long passes, stretch the field deep so much as they are sort of short passes that are almost like handoffs, and if they can create some mismatches there, they could have an advantage in that regard.
I think that Tar Heel defense is going to keep North Carolina and Renner under center. They're going to keep them locked up. I don't see much of an upset happening there, to be honest with you. Is it national title or bust in Columbia, or is there?
No, that's they've been very fortunate in the last 2 years to kind of get to that 11-win plateau on the back of some very close games. Steve Spurrier just the other night was saying, people can forget how close the Outback Bowl game was to get that 11th win. They had to win it there in the last second. That's the difference between probably a top 10 ranking and then somewhere in the 12 to 16 range. And he knows close games are what have been the signature calling card for the last couple of years. Now, the big key to those has been a guy named Marcus Lattimore that scored a school record 38 touchdowns in his career and just had a knack for it. And with him gone, being able to convert those touchdown opportunities and not have to settle for field goals will be one of the key things that they really have to focus on. But I don't think it's national title or bust, but I think it's 10-win season or bust.
10-win season or bust. I think that's a fair goal, I'd say.
Yeah, anything can happen. College football is crazy. You never know how injuries are going to go. But the talent is there for them to do that without question. And then if you get lucky and things fall your way, nice things can be on the table.
You mentioned the talent is there. It's definitely there at quarterback. If you guys had to pick one and you had to let the other one transfer, do you take Dylan Thompson or Connor Shaw?
Gosh, that's a good question because I think you have a split camp right down the Gamecock fan base. People love Dylan Thompson for what he's been able to do to come in. Really, I think he's a two-star quarterback that has just made himself into a heck of a player, has a terrific arm. Every time they've called on him, he's performed and then some. To go on the road and beat Clemson, at Clemson, to come in off the bench cold for the game-winning drive in the Outback Bowl against Michigan and do that. He's been terrific, but I think when you have a guy that's 17-3 is the starter in Connor Shaw, there's no way you don't start him. And his speed, he's probably the best running threat the Gamecocks have, and so he gives you a dynamic offense in a way that with just a drop-back passer, Thompson probably doesn't. And so I think you'd have to let Dylan Thompson transfer, but probably half the student body would go with him.
Oh. The student body is kind of important, though, in Columbia.
Yeah, they do pay tuition. And, it's the largest student body, freshman class in school history, so there's a lot of excitement around it. And he's a terrific kid. Both of those guys are. They're kind of mirror images of each other in some ways and very different in others. But I will say that South Carolina, with those two guys, has more depth at quarterback than they've had in a long time.
I know that quarterback depth has people in Athens, people in Gainesville. It's got them sweating a little bit. They don't really want to play the Gamecocks. They're a pretty solid squad. So, real quick, who wins the SEC East?
I'm going to say South Carolina right now just because that Florida game is in Columbia and not in Gainesville like it was last year.
No love for the Bulldogs, I don't guess.
Hey, when you've won 3 in a row, I think you've earned a little bit of right in that regard. And plus, they have a little bit tougher schedule this year in Georgia than they've had in the years past. And so, I'm going to go. I'm going to go with South Carolina for that.
All right, Mr. Aiken, we appreciate you joining us today. We'd love to have you back anytime. Good luck on Thursday.
I would love to. Thanks a lot, you guys. Have a good show.
You as well.
Thank you.
Ron Aiken fired some shots at Michigan, at Georgia. Shots fired.
He fired shots all over the country.
No, Ron Aiken, we do not forget the Outback Bowl last year. It's clearly implanted in my head that you ripped the game right from under the Wolverines.
You looked pretty distraught when he said that.
Yeah.
You're hurting right now.
Yeah, I almost jumped off of the desk. I was going to stand on the desk and just jump off on the floor.
Don't do it.
But, no, we'll dive back into where we were before. Great stuff from Ron Aiken. Big 12 predictions. Matt, you had Texas.
I got
Mac
UT.
Brown. We'll jump across the desk. Adrian, who you got?
TCU, the Horned Frogs.
What?
All day.
I think I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. We can debate these guys. Wally?
I'm with my boy Matt. It's Texas.
There it is. Hook 'em horns.
I thought we were friends.
We are friends.
Right.
I'm just going with the one who agrees with me right now.
That's right. It's a real friendship right here.
Bipolar friendship is what it is. He's going to be back to Adrian here in a second.
So who do you have? Texas Tech or something?
No, I have TCU as well.
Boom.
Cody Pascal coming back, I think, is the key. Suspended most of last year, and Adrian will talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, Casey Paul Hall, he, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation that a lot of people don't, give him, the proper due because he's had issues off the field. But last year, TCU, they got off to a 4-0 start. They were ranked 15th in the nation, and Casey Paul Hall was the nation's top-rated passer, before he was dismissed from the team. But TCU, the quarterback, they have speedy wide receivers, that can get the job done.
And then those new uniforms for LSU.
Oh, yeah.
Those are sick. I love them.
And they have, new uniforms, of course. And
makes them better, duh.
Yeah. And they have an outstanding defense, under Gary Patterson. That's what he has based his teams on.
I can't
returning
argue that.
9 starters on that
Returning 9
defense.
starters. That's what he bases his teams on. They've been known for their defenses for the years under Patterson. But, you have 2 All-Americans on the defensive side of the ball and a potential All-American at quarterback. The sky's the limit, especially in a down Big 12.
I agree. And I'll throw TCU around a little bit later on in the show. We'll jump out west. Mac. I just called you Mac, like Mac Brown.
I was like, do you want to know the MAC conference winner? I wasn't prepared.
NIU, no. The Pac-12 will jump out west, see if we have any surprises there. Matt, who wins the Pac-12?
No surprise. I'm saying Oregon. But if someone were to
boring.
argue Stanford, I mean, fair argument as well. Both teams are pretty good. I just think Oregon, too much speed, just way too much speed. I don't think the Pac-12 is caught up to them yet.
Right, except for Stanford.
Except for Stanford. Well, that's going to be a great game in Palo Alto. Right. The winner of that game decides the Pac-12. I don't think it's going to be Oregon State or Washington State. Dark horse.
I got a dark horse. Wait for it. Adrian?
I already know where you're going with it.
Oh, I know.
But in the South, as much trash as I talk about USC, I think they win the South.
Boo again.
Yeah, exactly. And in the North, definitely Oregon, and eventually Oregon wins the Pac-12.
Wally. You guys are so boring. You got to give me something to.
Well, come on,
fun.
man. Fine. Hey, listen. I think Stanford wins in the North.
Boo!
Don't boo me, man. I'm just saying their defense is very, very, very stout. They were ranked number 11 in points against last year, which is with average of 17.2 points per game. That's really tough. And plus, I think their quarterback situation is a lot better than a lot of the other teams in the Pac-12.
USC's or Stanford's?
Stanford's.
Okay, I
didn't pick
you said
USC. I'll throw something at you to the desk, man. I'll throw this chair at you. In the South, though, I have a little bit of an upset. I think it's Arizona State.
Oh. Ooh. Where did that come from?
I like out of left field.
That's not a parking lot. That's not out of left field.
I don't think UCLA has enough to. They've got a good team, but I think they overachieved last year. I really do, and it's just one of those things where you can't really explain it. I'd love to explain it if I knew, and I could, but I can't. I just think Arizona State, for some reason, is going to win the South.
UCLA, in fact, did not underachieve. They didn't overachieve. They just didn't play up to their potential, and they're going to win the Pac-12 this year. They're going to go to the Rose Bowl, and they might beat a Big Ten team. I don't know. We haven't got there yet. But Brett Hundley is the truth. They beat USC again this year, and then they'll have a rematch against Stanford in the Pac-12 title game. No?
A lot of pressure on Hundley. You've been talking about
Brett
him
Hundley
all
is
offseason.
the man. You guys haven't even watched the game.
No, and I'm not saying you're wrong.
Of course
I'm
not.
just saying that.
I'm saying you're wrong.
I've seen him.
He's good.
He's
the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's only a freshman last year. He can only get better. And Anthony Barr anchoring that defense, another All-American. That team is good. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on him, like you three in this room, which I don't appreciate. And Mr. Hundley doesn't appreciate it either.
No, hey, listen, I'm asleep, though. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
What about P. Diddy's son? Doesn't he still play defensive back for UCLA?
Does he?
Yeah. Cut?
I had no idea. I didn't even know he had a son.
He has a bunch of sons.
Well, you don't know? Yeah, Frank Diddy. Frank Diddy, starting corner.
Mr. and Mrs. Diddy's son, I assume.
Diddy's son, that's right.
He wrote the Pine last year. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I assume so.
He's on scholarship.
P. Diddy scholarship.
Yeah. He paid for his tuition. Straight cash.
Straight cash, homie.
Speaking of cash, we'll jump to OSU. I mean, the Big Ten.
Oh,
my bad.
Oh, selling jerseys.
New shoes and tattoos.
Is that new tattoo? Yeah, it is.
Oh Lord, I didn't say that. I'm gonna get punished for that one too. Big Ten predictions though. I'll go last because
You'll go last?
I like the Big Ten.
All right.
Wally, we'll go opposite. We'll go. What is this? Clockwise? Wally?
Yeah.
Clockwise? Yeah,
Like a
that's
clock.
right. All right, Big Ten Legends Division. I am taking Michigan.
That's what I like to hear.
Which I know that makes you happy.
Yeah.
Happy in the heart there. And Big Ten leaders, it's going to be Ohio State.
Who wins the title game?
Ohio State.
Boo. Moving on. Adrian?
Yeah, I'm pretty much with Wally right here.
Okay, well, we're going to go around the table until we find something different. Matt?
I have Nebraska winning the Legends.
That's not the different that I like.
I trust T-Mart.
I don't.
Taylor Martinez. I saw you were tweeting about his game last year. I mean, he's got to put it together this year. It's his last year.
He has to.
I mean, all the accumulated knowledge of his 3 years starting.
hope so.
It seems like he's been in college forever. Am I the only one? It seems like he's been there for like 8 years.
It's like him and Caleb Sturgis. I think Caleb Sturgis was kicking for 32 years in Florida. Pretty sure of it.
He's like a ninth-year senior.
Just keeps adjusting his birth certificate. No, I'm young enough. I'm young enough.
But I have Michigan, Ohio State in the championship game.
Oh.
No. As much as it pains me to say it, Michigan wins.
Oh,
Michigan wins.
he went homer.
I did.
He went
Because I
homer.
don't actually think they're going to, but
He's lying to you, America. Don't let him lie to you.
No, I'm buying into the Michigan team this year. I think they get it done. Although Braxton Miller is phenomenal. That game was close last year. A lot of people don't remember that.
You're right.
If Michigan doesn't turn the ball over this year, though, they were negative 9 in turnovers last year, which is absolutely terrible. And 17 of them came against Notre Dame. So,
yeah, I have Ohio State winning the Leaders Division. I don't want people out there thinking that I picked Nebraska to win the Big Ten. I didn't, folks. I picked Nebraska to win the Legends, Ohio State to win the Leaders. Ohio State wins it.
If we know one thing about Nebraska, it's that they let somebody put up 70 on them in the Big Ten championship last year.
They were just fooling.
Monty Ball was throwing Cornhuskers around last year is what he was doing.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
I mean,
he should have used that when he got jumped on the street then.
Wow. Way now.
Shots fired. Ouch.
Bet if he walked in here right now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say that
Get real though, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Monty, why don't you use that power?
Yeah.
Break the glass in here.
Big Monty Ball. You heard what Clayton said, right? I'm all for it.
I actually tweeted about a big stiff arm he had in that Big Ten championship game last year. After our break here in a few, we're going to jump into SEC schedules that were released this past week and give you some toughest schedules of the year. Also, when we come back, who beats Alabama here on the whole 10 yards, 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Sports Final Radio with Dan Hick and Jeff Prosser and Balls Davis.
Party with Beebs at a Hamptons pad after landing in the center of a wild nightclub brawl. Diana and Sophia, handpicked by the Beauty and the Beat crooner to accompany him back to the private home. 32. How old is Beebs?
Like 16.
19.
God, if you're 32 years old and you're
What
attracted
are
to
you
Justin Bieber, you're what in the blazes?
Sports Final Radio, weekday mornings on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
When it's time to reorder your company shirts, hats, koozies, ballpoint pens, or any other item, get on the ball with Hardball Creative. Hardball Creative will make it happen, and they'll get it right or you don't pay. Online at hardballcreative.com.
This is Episcopal head coach Mark Brunell. Join us Friday night as the Eagles take on
Eagles View at 7 p.m.
on 1010XL, 1010 AM.
This is Justin Moore calling in from George Moore Chevrolet, where we're selling the last of the 2013s with prices so low I can't afford a fancy radio commercial. So I picked up the phone to tell you to pick up your new 2013 Silverado with savings up to $10,000 off MSRP or 0% for $60. That's why you find new roads at George Moore Chevrolet, Atlantic Boulevard, 1/2 mile east of I-295. Even easier, shop online at morechevy.com to see all we got, like new 2013 Equinox, one of the hottest selling cars in America. Right now, you can buy a new Equinox only $22,499 at George Moore Chevrolet. Get free financing for 4 full years. I hope my phone didn't break up. New Equinox now $22,499 and 0%. New Silverados, $10,000 off and 0% for 60 months at George Moore Chevrolet, Atlantic Boulevard, 1/2 mile east of I-295. Need I say more? And anyway, I'm out of time. All offers with approved credit, prices plus tax, tag, and $4.99 admin and license fee. See morechevy.com for complete details.
Protect your home inside and out with Brandon Pest Control's Top Dog Protection Plan. Worry-free termite protection, eco-friendly pest control, and river-friendly lawn care, all for $99 a month. No startup fees, no hidden costs, termite, pest, and lawn, all for one low monthly price. Call Brandon Pest Control at 739-9916 or log on to pestfree.com to find out about our Top Dog Protection Plan as low as $99 a month. After all,
do you own a truck or an SUV? There's one name to know, Catlin. From Lear toppers to trailer hitches, at Catlin, we do it all. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks. Need a toolbox? Come see the Cam Locker. Need floor mats? We carry WeatherTech. At Catlin, we carry quality products at a great price. Come see us today or call us at 354-8521.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
Established in 1919, you can count on Catlin.
Jacksonville is listening. 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you a double pane window, crystal clear view through both panels, energy efficient, hurricane rated, blah. At Weatherwise Windows and Doors, you won't get the hokey pokey. You need windows. Weatherwise Windows and Doors repair and replace windows, sliding glass doors, and storm doors. They handle it all without the hokey pokey. Weatherwise Windows and Doors, 288-8711. Locally owned and family operated.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods, and I'm proud to say that Underwoods is the longest-standing member of the American Gym Society in the state of Florida. That's important because the American Gym Society promotes professionalism inside the business, and most important because of how it protects the customer. Gemstones are like most things, and you have to have the knowledge about them before you can tell the truth about them. That's where the American Gym Society fits in. They're the organization that certifies gemologists and registered jewelers and certifies sales associates with professional titles. Then, to ensure that we stay up to date with these gemological advances, we re-win our titles by passing a written test every year. And now I'm proud to say Underwoods has the largest credentialed American Gem Society staff east of the Mississippi River. So if you're interested in diamonds and jewelry and want real professional help, stop by Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, the Shops of Ponte Vedra, and the Avenues Mall.
Ripped it.
Stripe that one.
Whoa, that's big.
That's what Golf Tech players hear all the time. Why? Only Golf Tech has all 5 factors needed for maximum improvement and lasting results. With our 95% success rate, Golf Tech has helped thousands of players post career best rounds.
Good putt. Nice bird. What's your secret?
Impress your friends. Become a Golf Tech player.
For a limited time, take advantage of savings up to 20% off lessons. Call 998-4650 to get started. 998-4650.
Dan Hicken, Jeff Prosser, Balls Davis. Sports Final Radio. Weekday mornings on 1010XL, 92.5 FM. This is The Whole 10 Yards, brought to you by Sears of Jacksonville on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The Whole 10 Yards brought to you by Sears of Jacksonville. We're back here on 1010XL, 92.5 FM. We're going to get a little bit of debating started here on The Whole 10 Yards. We always love debates, right, guys?
Yeah, I like to get along.
Okay. Well, Matt is the...
Well, I think you're dumb, Matt.
Well, you're right. I just want everyone to agree.
You guys are too nice to each other. I need some hostility, some pitchforks and torches.
All right, depends what the topic is.
Well, the topic is, in fact, who can beat Alabama? Do you guys have an option before we open up the phone lines? Give me a team.
Who can beat them?
Yeah.
LSU.
Okay.
Ohio State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adrian.
Stanford.
Do you think that's actually possible, though?
No.
Nah.
I can't say nobody.
I'm sure the listeners have an opinion on this. I'm sure they don't want to see Alabama win it again. If you have an opinion, just call in 641-1010. Give us a team and a quick reason why you think that team can beat Alabama. We're here listening to you. Until then, we'll debate this out. Georgia can't beat Alabama. I think they don't play this year, obviously, in the regular season. We've seen that it was close last year. As far as Ohio State, I don't think they're good enough up front defensively. They don't have a good linebacking core. I don't think that's enough to stop the Tide rushing game. And Matt, who'd you say? LSU?
I said LSU, which
and LSU again,
every year
had them beat last year,
yeah.
quote unquote, later in the game, and then McCarron drove down the field. So they're not invincible. They didn't blow everyone out last year by any means.
No, I don't think they're going undefeated this year. I think it's almost too much, not pressure on them. You just can't win 3 titles in a row and expect to go undefeated in that third year when they lost all the talent that they did. Now, granted, their offense is stacked. I can't argue that. But defensively, I mean, they got holes. It's college football. You know, anything can happen. And I think the more that you put on them, oh, that's Alabama, they're unbeatable, the players start to hear that kind of stuff, and that's why I'm growing this Bama beard out. I think they're going to lose. I think they could possibly lose to Texas A&M, honestly, because those guys are so amped for that game. They've been circling on their calendars. That's all we hear. But, I mean, are they mentally ready for that game, or are they just going to be too hyped? Are they just thinking too much about last year and getting revenge, or are they going to go out there and do what they need to do in terms of game plan? And I just don't know, because Johnny Manziel's still fast. And Johnny Manziel still has the thing that defeats Alabama's defense, which is a guy that when the pocket breaks down and the play, evaporates, I guess, a guy that can make things happen with his legs. And I don't think Alabama's going to be ready for that.
I think they will be ready for that, actually, and I don't think that Texas A&M game is going to be close.
Okay.
Really?
Close, I mean 10 points. I mean, it's going to be a 2-score game.
Well, for my beard's sake, I hope Texas A&M does something.
It looks like no one in the city of Jacksonville thinks that Alabama is going to lose a game because no one has called to tell us who can beat Alabama. So
am I the only one?
They agree with me then.
Yeah, right.
The city loves me.
I don't think they do, Adrian. They just feel bad for you, so they want your opinion to matter for once.
Oh, wow.
You are wearing a Pittsburgh Pirates hat, though.
That's
so.
a good point. He knows the struggle.
Yeah. They're going to make the playoffs this year.
Oh, that's true. They're looking good, but we're not talking
They
baseball
haven't
right
made
now.
the playoffs since you were born, Clayton.
That was like yesterday, though. So.
You baby.
Big baby.
Don't pick on my age, man. Don't pick on my age.
There's no way with Alabama's schedule that everyone thinks that they're going to – there's no way. Not again.
Alabama has some proving to do on that offensive line. They lost a lot of good players to the draft. So I think they got holes. They're gonna have to protect A.J. McCarron.
Yeah, but the re-up gang, man, they've got players for days, man.
It's true.
Players for days.
All they do is re-up.
I really don't like that reference at all.
The re-up gang.
You guys mentioned their schedule. Some other teams in the SEC have some tough schedules this year. Kellen Kelly, FBFschedules.com, and the USA Today Sports College Football Preview gave us a list. We'll kind of play off of that a little bit. Who do you guys think has the toughest schedule, top to bottom, in the country?
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Game 1 to game 12.
I can give you the number 1, but I don't think that's true.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Well, if you go number 1, it's Kentucky, because the combined record of the people they've played last year is 103-50. So I mean, if you want to play that, but
yeah.
Kentucky's not even in the conversation for anything.
If they have the easiest schedule, they still lose 5 games.
Yeah.
Guess who Kevin Kelly has as the toughest schedule in college football?
Who does he have?
Kentucky.
Oh,
hey,
so look at me doing research, man, on my game. How about that? No, but honestly, if we're going to talk about like maybe contenders, we could look at Florida, we can look at Oklahoma, maybe even LSU. Don't see any of my list here, but probably if we're going to get, I'll probably say LSU has the toughest schedule from top to bottom.
I think Tennessee's schedule is pretty brutal.
Right.
You know, with them losing their starting quarterback and their top wide receiver, coming in with an unproven guy leading the team. They have road games at Oregon and Florida back to back early in the season, and then they have Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, and Vanderbilt. You know, in conference play. Yeah, I said Vanderbilt.
Tony Smith, we're here for you, man.
That program's on the rise.
It is.
That's a pretty brutal schedule.
Matt?
I'm saying the Gators, and only because
they're 5th on the list. So
they're traveling to Miami. They're traveling to LSU. They're traveling to Missouri. The Florida-Georgia game, I mean, it's a what is it called? When it's not home or away, it's a
neutral site.
Neutral site. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Fist pump.
Fist pump. And then they're going to South Carolina, and they still have to play Florida State at the end of the season. So, I don't know. I mean, pretty much any SEC team. We've named Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, LSU.
Yeah, on this list, Kentucky's 1, Arkansas is 2, Florida's 5, LSU is 7, Tennessee is 8, Missouri's 9. So it's pretty filled up by SEC teams. I'm going to jump out of the conference, though, and go to the Big Ten because I like the Big Ten.
Of course.
What about Purdue?
What about
who?
Purdue?
Boiler up. No.
Boiler up. Yeah.
They actually say that in West Lafayette. So.
Oh, I'm going to buy a shirt that says that.
I want to.
Boiler up?
I'm sure it's hashtag Boiler Up now. But
that's true.
Yeah. But no, their non-conference schedule isn't a slouch. They go to Cincinnati, so they're not playing Chattanooga or anything like that, like the Gators do.
Ooh.
It's not wrong.
Then 2 weeks later, Notre Dame visits, and then they play Northern Illinois coming off of an Orange Bowl victory, which isn't easy by any means. But I think the Big Ten schedule for them is actually one of the tougher in the conference. They get Nebraska and Ohio State at home, but then they play Michigan State, Penn State, and Wisconsin all on the road.
Oh, wow, the Big Ten's so tough.
You guys know what? I was going to buy your lunch, but not anymore.
No, wait. No, yeah. No, Drew Brees went to Purdue. Yeah, no, it's tough there. No, it can be difficult.
Mike Allstott.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, hey, good call.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
You went to the depth for that
there
one, right?
Yeah, we're...
You have to when you talk about Purdue.
As long as we can do one Bucks reference per show, that's all I need. We can reach quota.
We'll get Jack West back on here next week because I don't think we have one lined up.
Follow
for next
me
week.
on Twitter.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Big
right.
ballin' over here.
But don't tell him. But I haven't followed him yet.
Oh.
Just because I want to keep my followers high, and I don't want to. You want more followers than people you're following.
Right.
So and I don't want to come off too strong.
Matt, are you trying to give us Twitter lessons right now? Is that what you're doing?
Hey, it's the last people I'm giving Twitter lessons to.
Wait.
I'm just giving you my Twitter perspective. Of how
your
I'm
Twitter
working
perspective isn't really relevant because your own show, The Whole 10 Yards, doesn't even follow you.
They don't need to. It's fine. They know what's
They
up.
know
I'm
who I am.
around. Yeah. Whole 10 yards of my neighbors. They know what's going on in my life. Got a beard. That's pretty much it.
I love this beard thing. It's going to get played out soon, though.
Oh, it itches. Oh, it itches so bad.
You think I can do a beard?
What team are we doing this for? TCU?
Yeah.
TCU beard for Adrian. Let's do it.
Well, I've been growing this one since
last year
for months.
Oh.
Months now.
Me and Adrian have what's called the struggle beard. We just cannot grow facial hair whatsoever. It's just
Can't do
terrible.
it.
And you guys are making fun of me because of my age,
Hey, we're old, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a baby with a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby beard.
Baby beard tinkle.
Baby beard. Take on the hashtag
BBT.
that.
Hashtag BBT.
BBT.
Can we get back to football, please?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, football.
Leading these schedules that we were talking about, obviously someone's going to end up in the national title game. It has to happen, right? 2 teams at least, no more, no less.
Well, next year's the playoffs, so yeah, this is the final year of the BCS and all that shenanigans.
But these schedules are going to lead up to 2 teams making it, and I think we're going to dive into our national title predictions right here. You're going to hear it here first. Are you guys changing your predictions, or is this the final one?
I am about changing my predictions, man. I am not confident in this whatsoever.
Oh God, Adrian, are you changing yours?
I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna stay with it.
I'm going to stay by my word.
Matt, are you going to change yours?
No, I got one. It's a little surprising, a little shocking, but I think the people will like it.
Mine's a little bit surprising too, but I think we're going to pull an American Idol and do it when we get back from break.
Oh. Whoa.
Here on the whole.
But I've never seen that show.
Here on the whole 10 yards, 10 to XL 92.5 FM national championship predictions when we get back.
The NFL, X's and O's, fantasy talk, and more. All football, every day. The Football Show with Mike Dempsey, weekdays at 3 on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Oh, look, 3 new updates. Oh, Tanya got engaged. Oh, and Bethany posted pics from her Cancun vacation. And there's Sally playing with her cute little boy. Hey, I've got an update, too. Spent only $1 for 6 delicious chicken McNuggets. Yum.
Enjoy a 6-piece chicken McNuggets made with white meat for just $1 at McDonald's. More golden deliciousness to love. Prices and participation may vary for a limited time, a la carte only. Many McDonald's open 24 hours. Participation varies.
Underwater hockey. You like trying new things.
Electric cars.
And McDonald's is bringing you new things like never before. Like freshly grilled egg whites on an Egg White Delight McMuffin, the new limited time Quarter Pounder BLT, fresh veggies in the premium McWrap, or a McCafe blueberry pomegranate smoothie at participating restaurants. Now more than ever, there's something for everyone to love at McDonald's. And you could be in our ad. Visit I'mLovin'It.com.
Our talent search won't last forever. More info and governing terms at I'mLovin'It.com. U.S. residents, age of majority only. Void where prohibited.
Hello, I'm Bill Harrell. At Harrell & Harrell, every case, every single case, is reviewed by at least 2 or 3 attorneys. Each attorney has a different viewpoint and brings different skills and talents that we blend together to make decisions with our clients, to help you get through things, to give you hope that your life will return to normal. That's what we do. That's our job. Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
AMCO Transmissions, the trusted experts in transmission repair for over 50 years, are also the right choice for all car repairs.
Yes, AMCO Transmissions, the name you know for fixing the most complicated part of your car, can take care of your brakes, tune-ups, belts and hoses, air conditioning, regular factory maintenance. They can fix anything.
Plus, at AMCO, if you think your car may need repairs, we'll perform a free multi-point inspection and let you make the decision. If another shop says you need a repair, stop. Then come to Amco Transmissions and Total Car Care for a free second opinion.
Why pay someone when Amco will check it for free?
Don't trust your car to just anyone. Get it done right at any of our local family-operated Jacksonville area locations, including Orange Park, St. Augustine, Palatka, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
Find the Amco Center nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
At participating centers, additional diagnostic charges may apply. See center for details. Amco Transmissions and Total Car Care, now partnered with Daniel Kids to help local families in need through our We Care Repair charitable initiative. AA MCO. Amco.
Sears of Jacksonville. Sears carries all the top brands: Whirlpool, Samsung, Sony, and Maytag. Plus exclusive brands like Craftsman and Kenmore. Clothing, shoes, jewelry, Sears has them. With special financing offers available including layaway and a new leasing program. You can't go wrong. Don't forget Shop Your Way Rewards, the only program that gives you store credit for shopping with us. Stop in at Regency, the Avenues, or Orange Park and ask the Sears Blue Crew associate for details. Credit and income restrictions apply.
Roland Reich Plumbing, there when you need them. Big or small plumbing problem, call Roland Reich Plumbing anytime at 260-7059. 260-7059, where quality and experience count.
This is 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
All right, sitting here in the studio, and I'm always looking at Burrito Gallery's schedule here. Just wanted to let you know that you can get a whole bunch of delicious stuff from Burrito Gallery. You got salads, deli wraps, burritos, tacos, pretty much anything you want. If you want to check it out, head downtown to 21 East Adams Street or the Burrito Gallery Express at the beaches at 1333 3rd Street North. Uncle Sanchez is going to take care of you. Go Burrito Gallery.
Captain Kevin Favor here for First Coast Boat Marine of St. Augustine. It's boating season. If you need a boat or boat service, these are the guys you want to see. As much as I'm on the water, my boat's got to be in top shape. These guys do it right. They're in St. Augustine on North Ponce de Leon, and they service all 5 motor lines. Find 19 boat lines, including Carolina Skiff and Sea Fox. A second store now in Palatka on Reed Street, half a mile east of Lowe's. Check them out online, firstcoastboatmarine.com.
Looking to replace your current homeowner's policy? Ask your agent about Southern Oak Insurance today. Visit our site at southernoakins.com for an instant quote.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Get your cigars where I get mine. David Lamb here for Tobacco Cove. Tobacco Cove has over 50 brands of cigars to satisfy the discriminating smoker. And they have a large variety of pipes, over 48 blends of tobacco from around the world, and a knowledgeable staff to assist you in your selection. Accessories to complement your smoking pleasure abound. Go in and relax in their renovated facility at Bay Meadows in San Jose. Tobacco Cove. It's more than a smoke shop. It's an experience.
Your home for the best Jags coverage.
We go out, we hit people in the mouth.
1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio, and 92.5 FM. College football, the whole 10 yards. Brought to you by Sears of Jacksonville on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The whole 10 yards, 1010XL, 92.5 FM. National championship predictions coming up next. I have to get mad at you guys, though. My family's blowing up my phone about this baby beard tinkle thing. I think it's going to stick, and I don't like it.
Well, they've probably been dying to say something about it, and now we finally just opened the door for them. You're welcome.
I hate you guys so much.
Yeah.
I was going to take you guys to lunch, but it's not happening now. No way. Absolutely no way.
Well, with that baby beard, I mean, could you afford it? Nah, it's okay.
I'm not trying to go to Chuck E. Cheese anyway.
Yeah. More tokens for me.
Shots fired. I love it.
Is there any way we can mute Adrian? Can we do that?
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Away from picking on me, though, national title predictions. I think Matt changed his during the break. Is that confirmed?
Yeah.
Don't tell me what it is yet.
Okay.
Okay, but you did change it during the break.
Yes,
Okay.
I adjusted it.
Okay, so we're gonna get the pre-break and then the after-break, post-break pick as well. See how much it changed.
Okay.
Wally hasn't told us what his is.
I refuse
He's keeping it a secret. And Adrian just tweeted his out. It's like his first tweet in months.
It's an early preview for those who follow me. So all 34 of you, congratulations.
You've made the cut.
Well, we retweeted to our 200 followers, so we're good. We'll start with you, Adrian, since everybody already knows. Ruin the surprise. Who you got?
I got Oregon and Ohio State in the national championship to end the BCS reign of terror.
Who wins?
No SEC team, of course,
I see.
but Oregon. Oregon wins this national championship. Quack quack. Speed
Scoregan.
kills.
Scoregan. I like that so much. I have to say it again.
Scoregan.
Say it again.
Scoregan.
One more time.
Scoregan.
Okay.
Scoregan. Yeah, I get it.
The quack attack. No,
Yeah,
quack
we'll
attack.
stick with Scoregan.
Okay, all right. Adrian, Oregon obviously wins. Is Braxton Miller a big reason why? That Ohio State makes it there though?
Braxton Miller is probably the only reason why Ohio State makes it.
You're gonna get some hate on Twitter for that one.
I know.
First tweet in months, and now they're hating.
They've already blocked him.
Those 34 followers are turning on you.
One of our followers is also growing a gator beard. Ryan Gray. He's
beard,
he's
all
growing his beard out until the Gators lose.
So week 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be a
Ouch.
short-lived beard.
Yeah.
we don't like the beard evidently here on the Whole 10 Yards, Ryan. I'm sorry. Matt, national title prediction pre-break. Who'd you have pre-break?
Pre-break, I had the University of Oregon Ducks
Okay.
and the University of Texas Longhorns.
Okay.
I
Who'd you have winning?
Oh, UT.
Okay.
UT all day.
Post-break.
Post-break, I received a text message from my buddy Tim Goditis, big Ohio State fan, and the more I thought about it, they're not a weak schedule, but they're at home to Wisconsin, they're at Michigan, but Michigan, and they host Penn State, they host Iowa, at Northwestern. That could be a scare, but it's an 8 o'clock ABC game, so they'll be amped for that. So I'm saying Ohio State.
Northwestern will be amped for it.
I'm saying Ohio State and the University of Texas Longhorns in a rematch of the 2009 Fiesta Bowl and for the national championship.
Right, I
So
get
I agree with Adrian. SEC's reign of terror ends. Not taking anything away from the SEC. They're just going to beat each other up too much, I
Right.
think.
Yep.
Okay.
And I have Texas Longhorns winning the national championship this season. First
Okay.
one since 2006. Mac Brown saves his job, and all is well in the state of Texas.
Matt, I have to know what was in that text message to make you change your mind.
Yeah, that's confidential.
Oh.
All right, Wally, we're going to you.
Okay.
Who you got?
All right. I have.
Drum roll.
Oh, they're actually making a
All
drum
right, we're
roll.
done. No more drum
We've
roll.
got the University of Georgia versus Ohio State.
Okay.
That's that's a very foreseeable national title game. When I think, of course, Georgia wins it. But
I think Georgia would kill Ohio State if they played them.
Very much
I
so.
really do.
Very much.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good game.
You think so?
I mean,
Define good.
the more I think about Braxton Miller, it's gonna be curious to see what defenses do to try to stop him.
Right.
Because it seems like they didn't do much of that last season.
Right.
And he's only gotten better. The offense has only grown more around him, and I don't know. I'm sold on him now, and it's mainly because of you.
Right.
I really didn't give him
I
too
hyped the
much
guy
credit.
up. I'm not an Ohio State fan, but he is good.
You're a Big Ten guy,
Right.
and yeah, I mean, you've sold me more on him than Hundley. Hundley, I got to see it to believe it. No
Yeah, we'll
offense
see it
to-
this weekend.
No
I'm
offense to him,
stoked.
but
If Georgia Ohio State played, I could see it being kind of close. Mainly because Georgia's loss of Jarvis Jones and some key pieces on that defense. Jarvis Jones, I think, would have kept Braxton in check for the most part. Overall, he would have had a couple big runs or something, but not gaudy stats against that Georgia defense last year. This year, Georgia's offense is going to be the strength of that team, and I think that's why Wally has them in the national championship game.
Indeed.
It is also why I have them in the national championship
Yes.
game.
Okay.
Wally withheld the information, and I wanted to confirm because I thought we had the same pick, but I wasn't sure. But I do not have Ohio State. I do not have – who do you have, Adrian?
Oregon.
I don't have Oregon. I don't have Texas.
Tejas?
It is a team from Texas, though. The TCU Horned Frogs.
Whoa.
The national championship?
National championship game. They'll get pummeled by Georgia, but
What?
Wow.
Paul Hall goes. They run the table, including LSU.
Oh, yeah. I like that upset pick.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, if they don't beat LSU, they can still make the title game.
Right.
Because that loss is so early, and it's going to be to a very highly ranked LSU team at the beginning of the season.
They got to hope that their Big 12 opponents have good seasons. They better hope that Oklahoma plays well this season, Oklahoma State.
Right. And I think they will. They're not going to be in the top 5, I don't think.
Yeah.
But there'll be a few teams that are maybe in the top 10 when they beat them. Oklahoma, Oklahoma State being some of them. Texas maybe being in the top 10 when they
That's
play.
going to be a good game, yeah.
Right. So TCU is it completely hit me this morning. I woke up and I didn't know how to pick, and TCU hit me in the face.
You're living on the edge.
I am living on the edge.
You woke up from a cold sweat. It was just TCU.
Horned frogs everywhere.
I don't know if you guys, we talked about the uniforms already, didn't we? That might have had something to do with it.
The new sweet uniform.
Yeah, against LSU. They're going to scare LSU, and they're going to beat them. I don't know. I don't know.
Is there something in the shoes that make them faster in this uniform? Is that why you're
The
picking
shoes are
TCU?
actually
Is there
made
some-
of horned frogs.
Oh.
I'm not sure how that helps.
It's real horned frog.
They're real horned frog.
Do you have to have a license to get horned frog
I don't
shoes?
know. Natural spikes?
I don't
You
know.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
they might be
assuming.
on the endangered species list, so they might have to keep that on the low.
And if TCU doesn't win the game, at least they're going to win the moral fortitude battle. You know, they
Right.
actually suspended
Right.
their star player
Exactly.
for doing wrong. Well,
Right. Gary Patterson.
Yeah. While
And
the
then,
Mad Hatter, you know, is
Well,
gonna, I let the team vote to reinstate Jeremy Hill.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, sure
Were you in
did.
the meeting? Was that how it sounded?
I'm going to close this door.
Everybody write a name on a write yes or no on a piece of paper. We're gonna put it in this hat.
And then we'll make up the question.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
No LSU love here. And Chase is probably going to blow up our Twitter now because I'm sure he's listening, and he's going to attack you for that because he's a big LSU fan. So.
Well, it's interesting how a team's schedule really plays a big part in how they're ranked, because if you look at a Notre Dame team like last year, we thought their schedule was unstoppable.
Right.
But they ended up playing some teams that didn't have the best season
Right, the
anyway.
Michigans, the Oklahomas, USC.
And
right.
although they were still able to rise to number one in the rankings by going undefeated, had those teams on their schedule played better and had better records, I think they would have been a more heralded team instead
Right.
of everyone
Right.
expecting them to get their butts
Right.
spanked in the national title game, which is what happened.
Right. There was no surprise there, in my opinion. And I mean, I say TCU would get killed against Georgia. That defense is pretty good to just get ran all over. I think Georgia would win the battles up front if they played. But again, this is off in the distance. And if this comes true, I'm going to Disney World.
Well, we'll write them all down.
Right.
And at the end of the season,
right.
Someone's going to look dumb.
Do we have any statistics guys out there that can like during the season update the stats of that actually happening?
Like the probability?
The probability, like Tink's chance is 32%, Wally's chance is 7%.
Tink's chances of growing a real beard are 0.88888.
I hate you guys so much. Something else we're going to write down, though. We're going to try this all year, and hopefully we get some participation because no one liked Alabama losing. Hopefully they like winning free stuff, though. Here's how this is going to work. We're going to give you 5 games weekly, pretty big games. We're not going to make you pick the winner of Utah State, South Alabama, because that's
South Alabama, my man.
That's not fun.
Go Jags.
So we've got
For
5.
life. For life.
We've got 5 games here. We'll pick them real quick, and then what we're going to do is we're going to open the phone lines. The first 3 callers are going to give us your picks on the air, and then we'll keep track of them for you. And if you win, get all 5, or amongst the 3 of you have the most wins, kind of a competition, then we'll give you some T-shirts, which is going to be pretty cool. So the games, if you want to write them down, and we'll give them to you again when you get on the air. We have North Carolina at South Carolina, 1 game for this week. Georgia at Clemson. I say at, but it's in Atlanta. No way. Is it in Clemson? It's in Clemson. I don't know.
No.
It's a neutral site game.
Yeah, it's a neutral site game.
I had a mind blank. That was weird. The game we talked about, LSU TCU. Alabama at Virginia Tech. Again, at, used lightly. And Mississippi State at, again, Oklahoma State. So 3 neutral site games. All of them have an SEC team, which is not planned at all, I promise.
Yeah, right. Cater to your audience?
Sure. But first 3 callers, 641-1010. We'll give you a chance to win some T-shirts and pick these games. Jump on the phone lines, and until then, again, we will pick these games. And then we'll get your picks when we get back from break here on the Whole 10 Yards 1010XL 92.5 FM.
If you're thinking about going fishing this weekend, catch Captain Kevin Faber. He'll tell you everything you need to know on the Florida Roads Fishing Forecast. Thursday nights at 7. Brought to you by Ring Power, Beach Marine, and First Coast Power Sports on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Weatherwise Windows and Doors is proud to sponsor the Mike Bianca Report on 1010XL 92.5 FM and get his Gator perspective. The wise choice for windows and doors, Weatherwise Windows and Doors, 288-8711.
John, what are you doing?
Time to green up the old lawn, Bob.
So you're going to spray paint it green?
Yeah.
Why not just call the experts at Brandon Pest Control?
Get your lawn looking great for spring with Brandon Pest Control. Feed your lawn with much-needed nutrients or rid your yard of unwelcome pests. Lawn care and pest control programs start as low as $29.95 a month and termite treatments as low as $99. Call Brandon Pest Control at 739-9916 or log on to pestfree.com.
Brandon has a nose for bugs.
Do you own a truck or an SUV? There's one name to know, Catlin. From Lear toppers to trailer hitches, at Catlin, we do it all. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks. Need a toolbox? Come see the Cam Locker. Need floor mats? We carry WeatherTech. At Catlin, we carry quality products at a great price. Come see us today or call us at 354-8521.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
Established in 1919, you can count on Catlin.
Listen up, kids. This is Coach Gus Bradley of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Daly's Shell Stores are looking for you.
Coach, you gotta treat them like football players. Here, use this.
Oh, okay. Daly's wants kids to have what it takes to sprint onto the field after kickoff and bring back the kickoff tee, as well as stand next to the players during the coin toss, and even enjoy 4 pregame passes, club seats, and other really awesome prizes. How was that?
Better.
Enter your kid this week at your local Daily Shell store or online at dailyskickoffkid.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you're a 6th-generation jeweler. What kind of watch do you wear?
Frank, I think I've told this story 1,000 times. The watch I wear is a Rolex, and this is the reason why. When my grandfather gave me a gift for graduating from college, he said, "I want you to have something that you'll always remember me for." And he gave me a Rolex, and some 30 years later, it still runs and looks as good as it did the day I got it. And that's a day I'll always remember. This might be the right time for you to create the same kind of memory, and nothing does it better than a Rolex. Whether it's a lady's or a man's, the Rolex Oyster, with its classic good looks and durable chronometer movement, is the watch people want to own. And at Underwood's, we guarantee all of our Rolex watches for 5 years.
At Underwood, San Marco, Avondale, the Shops of Ponte Vedra, and the Avenues Mall, for over 60 years, your official Rolex jeweler.
4 right! Oh, stay dry.
Oh, that's wet.
Become a Golf Tech player and turn comments into compliments. Golf Tech combines motion measurement with video analysis to deliver a 95% success rate.
Ripped it.
Center cut.
What's your secret?
Find your swing. Become a Golf Tech player.
For a limited time, take advantage of savings up to 20% off lessons. Call 998-4650 to get started. 998-4650.
Meet Kristen, a Heekin orthopedic specialist spine surgery patient.
I'm very active in my life. After one of my games, I couldn't reach my feet anymore. My back was broken. I had the surgery, and I'm so glad I did. My quality of life is so much better now. They told me everything was going to get better, and it did get better. I got my fitness back.
Heekin orthopedic specialists, getting you back to what matters. To learn more, visit HeekinOrtho.com.
Gators, Seminoles, Canes, the whole 10 yards on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The whole 10 yards, 1010XL, 92.5 FM. We are here, and we've got some callers. I love callers. We're going to give you guys, we'll run down the games if you forgot them. First on the line is going to be, who do we want, Wally?
Let's go with Anthony.
Anthony looks like he's been holding the longest, so we'll give him first cracks. Anthony, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
Very well. We got 5 games for you. Did you hear the games? Or just to repeat them?
I heard the games, but we can go through them and say them.
Okay. UNC, North Carolina, at South Carolina. Who you got?
I got South Carolina. I think Spurrier's got one of his best teams in a long time.
Okay.
Okay. Georgia, Clemson. Who you got?
Clemson, they're my upset. I think.
Yes, sir.
Taj Boyd, that's his.
Clemson with the upset. Taj Boyd plays well. I can't agree with you there. LSU at TCU. Who you got?
LSU defense.
All right. I feel like that's going to be defensive struggle for most of the
national
game.
title.
Yeah. Alabama, Virginia Tech. Is there an upset here?
No, Alabama for sure.
Okay, I agree. And then I think one of the toss-up game of the 5, Mississippi State at Oklahoma State.
I think Oklahoma State. I think Big 12. They're coming back.
Okay, Oklahoma State with the win against the SEC team. I like it. Stay on the line. We'll get your email address and your phone number, and we'll send you the information as soon as we get off, all right?
All right, thanks.
Yep. Thanks for calling, Anthony. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Vince. Vince, how you doing today, buddy?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thanks for listening. Did you hear the games? Need us to run down one more time?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so first UNC and South Carolina. Who you got?
South Carolina.
All right.
Okay.
Moving down, Georgia, Clemson. Who you got?
Georgia.
All right, UGA. LSU, TCU.
LSU.
LSU.
A lot of
All
chalk so far.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, next up, Alabama, Virginia Tech.
Alabama, no question there.
Alabama, no
Okay.
question.
Do we have any upsets in the cards?
Any upsets with
State?
Mississippi State and OK State?
OK State.
OK
Oh.
State.
So
All right.
chalk. He's going
So
for chalk for the
he's
whole
going
10 yards
chalk all the way
T-shirt.
through.
Wants the shirt.
I like it. Hold on the line. We'll get your email address and your phone number, and we'll give you the information. Thanks for calling, bud.
Thanks, guys.
No problem. And last but not least, Sean is on the line. Sean, how you doing, man?
How you doing, guys?
Great. First game, North Carolina, South Carolina. Who you got?
South Carolina, their defense is too good.
Okay, I agree.
No love for Bryn Renner.
Yeah, no love for the Tar Heels. Maybe if it was basketball.
Yeah, if it was basketball, for sure.
Georgia at
Basketball, of
Clemson. Who you got?
I think Georgia. Clemson's offense is good, but I don't think their defense can stop Georgia.
I
agree with
completely
that.
agree.
Yeah,
LSU, TCU.
LSU.
LSU. What if we have two people with the same picks? What do we do? Alabama, Virginia Tech.
Alabama. Virginia Tech's going to get killed.
All right, Mississippi State with the upset against Oklahoma State.
I think Mississippi State does pull the upset.
Hey, there we
We
go.
don't have to worry about a tiebreaker then.
right.
That's what I'd like to hear. All right, man. Stay on the line, and we will get your email address and your phone number, and we'll give you the information. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
All right, Matty Ice.
That was pretty interesting.
Who am I picking?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Pressure's on. UNC, University of South Carolina. I'm going to go South Carolina.
All right.
Aiken convinced me. He did a good job convincing me that they're better than UNC.
Okay.
I have Georgia over Clemson. You know what? I'll take TCU over LSU. We've been a lot of Texas Christian talking here today, and so
Yeah.
I'm taking that upset. I'm going to go Oklahoma State over Mississippi State.
No, you can't change these, Matt, because we're keeping statistics on these.
Keep them, write them down,
Okay.
put them in the ledger.
I'm writing them down. As
And
we speak, my
you
man.
heard it here first.
Uh-oh.
Virginia Tech.
No.
Oh, my.
Logan Thomas.
No.
Matt's beard. Say
No.
goodbye. Upsetting #1 Alabama.
You.
The Tide loses the first game of the season, and we see how they react to that.
Well, I won't react really well because your beard's gone.
But let me tell you
I
what.
want to see it like Duck Dynasty style.
If I'm right about this, oh man,
You're going straight to ESPN.
that's a promotion. Yeah, I was gonna say I'll see y'all later.
He just forgets about
Don't
us.
forget about us.
Adrian, quickly, who you got, man?
All right. I'm going to start off with an upset. UNC over South Carolina.
Whoa.
Bryn
Aiken didn't
Renner.
convince you.
No, he didn't. Bryn Renner gets it done. A.J. Blue in the backfield is going to have a big game. I like Georgia over Clemson. I think Taj Boyd for Clemson has a big game, but that defense lets them down. Georgia is going to throw and run all over them. LSU loses to TCU. Casey Paul Hall, Horned Frog shoes. They get it done. Bama over Virginia Tech. Sorry, everybody at home. You know, I'm from Virginia, but we know how that team
Matt
goes.
just picked up all of your fans.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
34 of your followers jump on board.
The city did love you.
They did love it. Virginia Tech goes down, but Oklahoma State over Mississippi State. I think Oklahoma State is one of those dark horse teams that can definitely make a run. You know, they have a dynamic offense. They just need that secondary to step up and not get trounced every game this year. But they'll handle Mississippi State. I have no love for the Bulldogs.
Big 12, they could possibly have a really good season. One of the
Hey.
best years for the Big 12 in
All 9 of them.
like a decade.
All 9 of them.
All 9 of the Big 12 teams.
We didn't say they could count. All right, they can just play football. They play football.
More shots fired.
Hey now.
Wally, who you got?
All right, first game, UNC, South Carolina. I have South Carolina winning.
Okay. You're keeping track of this, right?
I am indeed.
Okay, good.
All right, next, UGA versus Clemson. I am taking the Bulldogs, so UGA. There you go. LSU, TCU. Honestly, I'm going to go TCU.
There it is.
Is that 3 in a row?
I have a
Yep.
feeling.
Yep.
I got a feeling.
Horned Frog Nation.
Yep, that's right. #1 Bama versus Virginia Tech. I am not like Matt and gonna just put my
It's fine.
my stuff out there because I'm completely wrong. But Bama is gonna win. And last but not least, Mississippi State versus OK State. I'm going Mississippi State.
Okay.
I could see that. I think that's gonna be a good game. The Oklahoma State, Mississippi State.
I feel like there's not going to be a lot of separation in our picks this week, so we'll have to separate the statistics later on down the road when I pick the games that you guys don't see coming.
Yeah, it's still
And
week 1.
And I beat all of you guys.
Well, I should get bonus points if Alabama loses to Virginia Tech.
I'll give you 2 wins.
Okay.
Can I take 2 wins away, though? If you lose?
I don't like that.
I don't think you.
We'll leave it at 1-1. You know what? I shouldn't have said anything.
He starts 2 down.
Yeah, we'll just play it as it is. The beard's itchy enough.
I've got South Carolina, no upset there. I've got Georgia, no upset there. I was going to pick TCU, but I want to win, so I'm going LSU.
Okay.
Just for the game we're playing, I'm going for the victory.
Just betray your heart like that.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. But no, I'm heartless.
That explains so much.
Alabama, Virginia Tech.
You know you want to.
It's not Beaver ball, man. Don't do it.
Alabama. I can't.
Don't be a hero.
I can't.
Don't be a...
And Mississippi State, Oklahoma State. Who picked who?
I picked Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
Mississippi State.
Join us.
Oklahoma State. I'm going to the Cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, we'll keep you guys updated on those. Those will be on Facebook and Twitter. You guys can play along as well. Who knows? We might give away some free stuff just if somebody gets them all 5 right weekly.
Yeah. I've got like an extra pencil in my car. I'll give that away.
Okay. Water bottle maybe from last week in my car.
My dog was chewing it up. Yeah.
We can give Adrian's Pittsburgh Pirates hat away because that's worth less than the water bottle.
No,
not when they make the playoffs.
This is finally their year. Yeah.
I'm gonna autograph this hat and give it away.
Okay.
After the Pittsburgh Pirates win the World Series.
Snap!
You heard that here first.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We're just breaking all sorts of news today, aren't we?
Wild side, yeah.
We're gonna bring in some more stuff too. You guys like free stuff, obviously. So we've got some a connection from out west, California. ADAPText.com, ADAPTXT.com. You can follow them on Twitter as well, ADAPTXT. What it is, though, it's a keyboard of your favorite college football team for your phone. They're usually $3 in the App Store. We've got some connections. We're going to give them away to the first 5 people who retweet the tweet that we're about to tweet on Twitter. That was a lot of tweets.
That was a lot of tweets.
Retweet the tweet that we were tweeting on Twitter, the tweet box.
That had been tweeted.
First 5 to retweet, we'll give away those apps for you. They're pretty cool. I've got the Michigan one. It's only for Android users, though. So, sorry.
That knocks me out of the running. I'm all Apple products here.
They're pretty cool. You can check them out online, though. Again, we'll put the links on Facebook and stuff. That should be fun.
Droid.
But again, get to Twitter. Check those out. Next week, we actually have football.
Hey, Clayton, hold on. What are our Twitter handles? Because it'd be hard for them to follow and retweet stuff if they don't know where we're at.
True.
Wally's Twitter handle, at DMC Wally. Adrian, at ADR.
IENWADE. That's my name.
At Matt Ziegler, MATTZIEGLER 454.
And I'm at Tink_CFB, 10 Yards Radio, at 10 Yards_radio. Actual football next week to dissect here on the whole 10 Yards, 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Alabama, Virginia Tech, you heard it here first. Just know that.
We will we'll make fun of Matt and his long beard next week because that is not going to happen.
Hope they'll be clean shaven.
Will they let me? Can I shave your beard? Will you let me shave it?
I will let you shave it.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us here on the whole 10 Yards, 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Football on Thursday.
See you next week. 4 days.
Yes.